Show. I'm your host, Cole Earley. Oh, this episode is sponsored by watermelon. I don't know if it's vegetable or fruit.
On YouTube, it's the Earley Show. What? Tap in on YouTube, it's the Earley Show. Okay. Tap in on YouTube, it's the Earley Show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Earley Show. I'm your host, Cole Earley. Thanks for tuning in. All right, today I want to talk about really just one topic, kind of two. So I lift weights. I'm not necessarily a power lifter or a bodybuilder. I just lift weights. I recently trained with some bodybuilders who are bodybuilders. Like, that's what they do. They bodybuild, they compete. One of them has their IFBB Pro card. The other will get it soon. I also have friends who are powerlifters who pull insane amounts of weight. 800-pound deadlift, 600, 700-pound squat, like serious numbers. And so when I train with these guys, I'm like what? I don't want to really what am I? The identity. And I've kind of come to realize, I like to lift weights. That's it. I like to be big. I like to be strong. And people will say, oh, it's a power builder. And the term power builder is kind of silly to me. You lift weights. You lift weights. You want to be big and strong. So I often try to find, I think it hurts my lifting career because I'll go into phases where no, I want to power lift. And then I'll go into no, I want to be a bodybuilder. When really, I just lift. Maybe one day, I think I want to compete in a bodybuilding competition one day. Maybe I'll do a powerlifting meet one day. I struggle sometimes with trying to put myself in one of those two boxes. And I don't love the term, like I said earlier, I don't love the term power builder because to me, that's you lift weights. You want to be big and strong. Why has it got to be a power builder? You lift weights. So when training with the power lifters, you're trying to get stronger. When training with the bodybuilders, you're trying to get bigger. And I love the different type of workouts. The other day I lifted with bodybuilders and it was such a different workout than what I've used and what I've done. And when I lift with my powerlifting friends, I'm like, shit, this is a complete, we're deadlifting for an hour, deadlifting for 2 hours, all right. And then I'll hop in with my Olympic lifters. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What am I doing? They're different. And so I like the gym. I like being active. But I also don't love, so I'm doing cardio right now. So I'm cutting down. This is day 5 of consistent cardio. Day 6 of consistent cardio. I'm trying to cut down, gain some weight this summer. I find, if you're new to lifting, I was talking to this guy last night. He was this is my first month in the gym, and he was getting into it, getting used to it. And I find that it can be negative sometimes. At least for me, it takes the fun away a little bit when I'm like, oh, I'm a bodylifter. I'm a bodybuilder. And then because then I'm like, I want a deadlift. I want to get my deadlift up. But then when I get into my body powerlifting cycles, I'm like, oh, I want to pull 600. I want to pull 500. It also takes the fun away from it. So that's what ties me back to, if you're not I'm a bodybuilder, if you're not sure, and even I think if you are sure, it's an experiment. It's an experiment. Lift heavy, lift light, mix it up, but don't feel like you. At least I go into phases where I feel like I need to pick one. When in reality, I don't think I do. I can be big and strong. I lift weights. I was talking to Mo. Mo was my first gym influence. Mo Daddy 19, I think he's on Instagram. He's jacked. He's stacked. Big Muslim man. What's his name? I don't know his nationality, but big Muslim guy. And he's like, Cole, you're not a power lifter. You're not a bodybuilder. You lift weights. And ever since, it's kind of been in the back of my head. I just lift. I like to lift. I like to be big. I like to be strong. I like to be thin. I like to be a little fluffy. Right now I'm a little fluffy and I want to be thin. So I think one thing, if you get out of this short rant, don't feel like you have to, maybe this is just as much to you as it is to me. Don't feel like you have to be I'm a bodybuilder. I'm a powerlifter. Just have fun with it. And one thing that not all these guys, but a lot of these guys, Dom, what's his name? Derek from Max Muscle. They're actually both, they both own a Max Muscle, one in Eugene, one in Bend. They're like, it's an experiment. Try different shit. If you're doing this for life, try different shit. See what works for you. And in that, like, sure, go in a little bodybuilding phase. Then go in a little powerlifting phase. And kind of see, like, what you like, what you don't like. Unless you're training for a competition and, like, you know if you're a bodybuilder or a powerlifter, I don't think it's important that you have to define yourself as a certain type of lifter. Just fucking lift. Yeah, that's all I got for today. If you take one thing, I think if you're new to the gym, if you're like me, I say I'm a couple years in, it's an experiment. See what you like, see what you don't. Maybe you want to be categorized and maybe you go full bodybuilding. Maybe you go full powerlifting. But I don't think there's a need to go full powerlifting or full bodybuilding. I think having fun in lifting weights, you can take it just as serious as those guys do. You know? Sometimes I shit on myself. Like, I'm like, oh, like, he's doing this, that. But I'm doing this, and this. Like, we're doing different things. Not one's better or worse, but different goals. So, yeah, that's my rant. I don't think you need to be categorized. Don't categorize yourself if you don't want to be. You don't need to be to fit in. Just fucking enjoy the gym. All right, that's what I got. Thanks for tuning in to the Earley Show. I'm your host, Cole Earley. Oh, this episode is sponsored by watermelon. I don't know if it's a vegetable or fruit. All that I know, it's really fucking good. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Cole. Peace.